Hello everyone, this is Dylan from the Troll Club, and we're back with another deck review. This time we're going to be going over the Set 27 decks. This will be the first one. I'm here with Angel once again.
Hello, I'm back.
And we're going to be going over the first one that they revealed, which was the Mechikabura and Supreme Kai leader. So this is another one of those Overrealm decks. Seems like pretty good deck, so let's go over the leader first, obviously. So on the unawakened side, activate main. Once per turn you get to burst 2. You're forced to take a life for the effect, and that's top 5 for any black Demon Realm ramps or Demon God card to your hand. Shuffle your deck. So it's pretty nice to activate main. Obviously, going first, you get the advantage. Awaken, burst 1. If at 5 or less, draw 2. So it's pretty easy to get like turn 2. You'll basically be awakening every time. It has a really good auto, not once per turn. Whenever your battle card is played by a Dark Overrealm skill, you get to draw 1, and you get to place 3 battle cards and rewarp back into their drop. Which is pretty nice. Gets more Overrealms off because you are you're using stuff like Wormhole and stuff too. So being able to Overrealm easier twice a turn, pretty much guaranteed, is very nice. Also drawing multiple cards. It's not once per turn. Activate main. During the next time you activate a Dark Overrealm skill, you get to reduce it by 1. So a lot of your Overrealms in this deck are 1, or Dark Overrealms are 1. So basically you just get a free one every turn. So yeah, how good do you think this leader is, Angel?
I mean, it's retarded. It's crazy. I think that's free guys. Again, we're doing the free guys thing, and these are actual cards that stay. 2 Dark Overrealm cards stay. So it's an entire gigantic body you get for free, and they've got pretty strong effects too. So I mean, a free guy plus Overrealm, draw on each one. It's very strong. Just off the rip without even looking at any cards.
Yeah, and the leader effect update once per turn really helps a lot too.
Yeah. Refilling drop 3 is a lot to put back, especially with so many other cards that put things back, which we'll look at.
Yeah, and the leader being able to search any cost, anything, so you can search SCRs if you play those. Obviously, the leader bursting get you set up right away. So it's pretty much what you would want in an Overrealm base deck for a leader. This is very
Plus
strong.
The Supreme Kai tag is very relevant too. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of Supreme Kai related cards, and a lot of Mechikabura cards that are not restricted to Mechikabura only you can run. So that is nice that they are both names. That is pretty relevant, as we'll see as we go through our deck lists and stuff. So we'll go into the actual archetype cards that are revealed. So they have 2 1-drops. So there's the Deborah. He's played as top 5 searcher for any Demon Realm race or Demon God, 5 or less. That's pretty much most of the cards in the deck. And as an auto, once per turn, burst 2. Whenever you play a battle card with Dark Overrealm, you get to get 6k for the turn, so it's like a 10k swing. You can put like a combo on it or something. It's decent. Gets you some bursts in the drop some more, so get you more of that. Then the other one is a pretty important one, Rebello's Hotshot. If leader's Mechikabura and you have 2 more energy, you just have Wormhole as long as she's in play. Very nice. Then when she's played, draw 1. So this is probably like your ideal turn 1 play here, right, Rebello?
Yeah,
like you want this set up as soon as possible.
Yeah, against decks that it'll live against, that's great. Definitely, because then if they swing at you turn 1 to let you awaken turn 2, that's 2 guys for 1 energy on turn 2. 2 big ones too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's big.
And then Deborah, I mean, do you think he's worth playing in the deck over?
I think if you're gonna cut anything, that's like a pretty easy cut. Top 5 searchers aren't that relevant. They're pretty much only playable on turn 1 anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Every other card draws and does something, so you don't care too much about stuff like this. The burst is nice. I guess it depends. You could have a build where you're running like more Overrealm 6s or something, and then that's like important. But I think for just raw archetype, you don't need it.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like you need that many 1-drops for the decks, especially since you have a lot of free play anyways. So that's probably more play is worth it than that. Rebello just seems like the best one. Just gets you going. The Wormhole, it's what you want. It's an easy way to do that. All right, so we have a bunch of Dark Overrealm Demon Gods. We're gonna go over each of them. So there's Salsa. He's just they all are pay 1, but obviously with leader effect you can make it free. So whichever way you want to do it is how it's gonna be. So when he's played, you print a Warp card from their hand. At the end of the turn, you get to untap 2 of your Dark Overrealm skills with battle cards. So some of them are blockers, some of them I guess so you can't swing at them. So it's
power,
yeah, decent. So decent there. Shroom is pretty dang good. Dual attack, 15k. Whenever you attack, you get the combo card from the Warp. It's not once per turn, so obviously both attacks you get to just get a Z energy. Very, very nice there. Poutine, whenever you play a battle card other than this card by Darker Overrealm, you get to draw one card. So you she also draws one on the Overrealm, so you get to draw two with her. Pretty decent. And then Demigura is another way to get Wormhole. So if this is like your first Overrealm of the turn, you get to just immediately go into another one, which is pretty nice there. So how relevant do you think these are for the deck? Like any of them?
I think Shroom and Demigura are like mandatory, and the other two are kind of the flex spots. They're good though. I mean, drawing more cards is important. I think the deck already draws a lot, so I don't know how huge Poutine is. Pitching one is kind of, I don't know, whatever. It's good. It's a good card, and untapping two is nice, but everything has so much removal. I don't know if you care if they're inactive or rest mode. I mean, if they're swinging at your guys, that's kind of a relief these days. So he's probably the weakest out of these four, and then Poutine, and the other two are just like you have to run these two cards. They're crazy.
Yeah, but any of them are definitely good to run.
All playable for sure.
Yeah, if you wanted to. So, but definitely Demigura and Shroom's either the most important ones. Getting Z energy like that's really good. And the Wormhole, obviously. If you don't have Rebello, or like, she's only a 1-drop with any no protection, so just being able to have more instances of Wormhole in the deck seems very, very important there. So now we have the 5-drops. We have Supreme Kai of Time, just a barrier blocker servant. At the end of the turn, it gets switches to active mode, so it's a 30k barrier blocker that can swing. It can also untap even though it has servant. Pretty nuts. And then the other really nuts one is Toa. She's double strike, and then when she's played, you get to warp one of the battle cards, and you also get to put 2 back from your warp into your drop. So immediately setting up another Overrealm. She immediately puts 3. This will put 2. Then immediately get 5 back in the drop for another Overrealm. Very, very good. I mean, you would say these 2 cards are mandatory, like probably 4-ofs, right?
Yeah, those are both 4-ofs. They're both like insane, especially when you consider like they could just be free.
Yeah,
that's so stupid. I don't know. The Supreme Kai especially is just incredibly good. A 30k for nothing that just blocks
without unique
barrier. It's like, yeah, without unique, you can just keep crapping these out if you got them. So
yeah, you can just play 2 of these a turn if you want to.
Yeah,
really,
I really don't know what they were thinking on this card. That it's psychotic.
Yeah, and there's ways to play these from the warp again off of other skills. So I mean, with their keywords also.
Recursion,
so yeah, you can just get a double strike for free or like a barrier blocker for free. That's pretty crazy. This deck is pretty aggressive and also has some decent defense with the barrier blockers and stuff. So it's pretty good. We have the boss monster of the deck now, which is the Dark King Mechikabura. Probably one of the more like underwhelming cards of the deck, surprisingly. You pay 2. If you have 3 more energy, you get to play it, and then warp one of your opponent's battle cards. You can play it from your hand. It's double strike, and then when it's played, you get to play a 5 or less from your warp, but it's non-keywords negated for the game. So this is one of those cards that can play back one of your cards from the warp, but with its non-keyword skills negated, so you can play the barrier blocker or the double strike. It's pretty nice to play off of it. Just have 2 double strikes just for 2. Not bad, not bad. So do you think you would play this on the deck?
Yeah, maybe like 2. It's a strong double strike play. If you've gone through all your Overrealms and stuff, and you've got the energy to spare. It's also, I mean, it's whatever. It's like boss monsters aren't really the move right now. You'd rather poke, I think, especially with so many floodgates. It is good for into dormant though, so that's like a good first play. Big body. You don't have like. I mean, you have a lot of big bodies, but you don't have like a 30k double strike rather than this one. The toe is a 20, so
yeah.
Into a dormant, that's very nice.
Yeah, at least it has removal on it too, so
yeah.
it's a little more worth it.
It's a lot of value for 2. Another guy too.
Yeah, so pretty good card. I'd definitely run at least a couple of those. Then we have the super combo. It is searchable, so if you want to run it, you can. It's one of the black. I don't think black got this before. The 2 Z energy or Z battle card in play. Draw one.
Evil Saiyan one.
Oh, was Evil Saiyan? Okay, so yeah, this gave us another one. A Demon Realm Race one. So if you want to run a searchable super combo, this could be the way. Because the Salsa card does actually set that up just immediately if you swing with it twice. So it could be something if you want a searchable super combo, you can play that.
Yeah.
Then we have this Bardock card. It's actually pretty generic, but it's pretty decent in this deck. It's a free negate. If you life step 4 less, you have 5 more cards in drop. You can negate with this for free, and then plays out. And as long as the condition is you have to be at 4 less life, 5 more cards in your drop, and to warp all the cards from your drop. So it's like kind of like an Overrealm on your opponent's turn that negates the attack. So you do have to set it up a little bit. It's not too hard in this deck, obviously, since you warp a lot, put cards back in your drop a lot. So, how much do you think this will come up in a game?
This is, I mean, if you have it in a game, it's nice as a game goes on. If you do a turn where you overextend and, you know, try to finish a game and just can't, it's good to have a bunch of single negates like on that crackback turn, especially if you've like worn them down to the point where their hand is tiny. So it's like, it's a really good thing to have like this testing and the Gohan set up in your drop. If you have like 3 life, then you've basically won because you've bridged the turn to another. That's the only application I can see for it. It's kind of, I think that's like the only time you're ever going to use this. Is like an emergency card. Like if you have to use this, you're kind of losing.
Yeah.
It's kind of bad. It's not that great. Yeah, I'm sure I'll eat my words later. This will get me some point. But I mean, it is good. It's like a good effect, but it's a lot of conditional stuff.
I think it's just the fact that you have to send all the cards from your drop to your warp is kind of what makes it like kind of eh.
I think that'd be fine if it was like 3 cards in your drop or something. Because if you've like done all of your overalls for the turn, you might not have like any.
Yeah.
So 5 is a lot.
If it did something else, maybe that would like justify the condition of it. But just being a free negate, I mean that's good, but having to warp all of your cards from your drop might be a little
like a blocker.
Yeah, a little tough. Maybe if it had blocker, it'd be decent. Have your token negate plus this. I could see justification for that. But yeah, it's a decent card. Can be used in any deck. Really good in this deck since obviously you set up your drop. Maybe most like a 2 of in most decks at least.
It's like a different character too. It just doesn't synergize like with anything.
It is weird how they made it a Bardock card.
Bardock, yeah, it doesn't do anything.
You're not sure whether it's not even like for like any legacy support, anything like the yellow Bardock was. It's just.
I guess that's on purpose, so it doesn't synergize. But yeah, that's a lot of weird stuff. A lot of conditions on this card.
Yeah, not even a Xeno Bardock either. It's just a regular Bardock that's black. I think it's probably the only one in the game. Honestly, it's just a regular Bardock that's a black card. So that's weird.
I can't remember.
So it's a weird card, but it's pretty decent. You can definitely run it. And there's an extra card. It's honestly pretty bad. Leader's Black Mechikabura. You get to choose one of your Dark Overrealm skills and give it Servant to the end of your opponent's turn. But if you chose a Supreme Time card, you get to mill 2. Or no, put 2 back from warp to drop. Yeah, so it's not. It costs 0, but
it's a neg 1 from your hand. I think like if you look at it as like a 10k combo, but it's like a combo you can only use on your own turn, then it's still bad.
Yeah,
and the fact that you only get the put 2 back effect if you give the card that already has servant. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, the main card that you choose already has servant, so it's kind of like whatever because it doesn't.
I mean, it's good on like Shroom, dual attack ones and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's a lot of power on that, but that's like it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just another instance of one of those flavor cards where it's just
brainwash thing.
Yeah, it's just like a reference thing. It's
rapey art.
Yeah, it's not really meant to be an actual playable card. It's just kind of flavor stuff. So I'll move into the Z deck now. So they only got 2 cards. So we got the Zextra for the deck, Demigra's Wormhole. When it's placed in the battle area, you get to mill 2. So that's pretty good to set up your drop for your warps and stuff. And then if you already have a battle card with Dark Overrealm in play, you get to remove this from the game. And you get to free play a 5 or less with Dark Overrealm when you warp with the non-keyword skills and get it for the game. This is another way to free play guys from the warp and with their keywords. So you get to free play the double strike, free play a barrier blocker. Pretty nice. I mean, do you think you would play this card like every game? You think?
Yeah, for sure. It's a good amount of value. Mill 4 off of 1 energy and get a guy. It's strong, and also you can leave it on board for like later. It's like maybe this turn I'm not gonna do too much. I got floodgated. I can play this out, and this is a guy next turn for free. It's very strong.
Yeah. So if you ever have 1 energy you need to spend, this is definitely a good play to do that. Get you set up, get you a free play later on. Pretty nice there. And then we have this SS4 Vegito Barrage. 4 energy, 3 Z energy, deflect triple attack. If you have battle card with Overrealm and Dark Overrealm in play, you get to reduce it by 2. So it is a 2-cost triple attacker with deflects 30k, not turn restricted. So you could just, Overrealm turn 2, just play this turn 2. If you have 3Z, 3Z is a lot, obviously, but I think you think this card's pretty busted, right?
I think it's crazy. I mean, because black. Just the fact that this deck will never like run out of steam with stuff like this. Just like, okay, I've used everything up. Well, I guess I better just play my 30k triple attacker from out of nowhere to just win this game now. It's like, it's not crazy if you just play this out, but this is like a crazy card after you've done everything.
Yeah.
And like,
if your opponent doesn't floodgate you, especially, like this is like pretty nuts to like put down.
Probably shouldn't have deflect.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have deflect with how like easy it is to get into this. It's crazy they make this because Black already has like some of the best Z battle cards in the game.
They
so
had awful ones for a really long time. They're probably trying to make up for that.
Yeah, so
this is like a rush attack on cocaine.
Yeah, this is a pretty nuts card, especially like, and you make Z energy pretty easily in this deck. So this is a pretty good card for that. So that was everything for the archetype. We'll go into our own deck list now that we created. So right here. So we're playing pretty much 4 of all the important cards. Rebellu, very important, just turn 1 play. Have it survives, get Wormhole, very, very good to have. We're not playing the Deborah, because we already have 60 cards, and that's probably kind of hard to fit in there. I think we're playing most of the Dark Overrealms. I think the one we're not playing is the Poutine, yeah, because it just draws cards, but you already draw enough. It seems like I don't think you need to run this.
Some of these cards don't actually, like if you want to cut a negate, if you feel like you got too many extra cards or non-archetype things, you could fit it in. But yeah, that's the first one we cut.
Yeah, we decided to put the salsa in. It's pretty spicy, we think. Overrealm 4. Whenever it's played, you get the warp card from your hand, and then you get to draw 1, then add 1 from between 3 and 7 back from your warp to your hands. So it draws 2. Discard 1, draw 2. It's pretty nice. You add back most of the cards in your deck because it's any battle card. So
some cycling too. If you got some trash in your hand you don't want anymore or you don't need right now, turn that into something else and add back whatever card you want. Pretty much almost everything in the deck.
Yeah, or get stuff like the Rebellu wants to be in the warp, so you can just put that in the warp and then immediately draw, add something back. Rebellu, obviously a very, very crazy card in here. Just pay 1, kill something, give you leader 5, and 20k. I mean, that's pretty nuts. Just from the warp whenever you want.
Yeah, it's a plus.
Pretty nice there. Obviously, everyone already knows about it now, but the Poutine and Gravy Overrealm, probably the best Overrealm in the deck, right?
I mean, aside from the 5 costs, yeah.
Yeah.
I think for all of the 4 costs, just drawing 3 and pitching 1, pretty nuts.
Yeah,
the optional removal.
Yeah, the fact that it goes to the drop is very important, so it gets you Overrealms easier.
Gets you other 4 cost Overrealm set up
by
itself.
And sacking as the energy obviously does that too. Get you cards on the drop, so this card's like a must, probably like a must use 4 of in the deck.
Almost the entire engine by itself. You look at so much of your deck with just this card.
Yeah, and it's searchable, so really like the perfect card for this deck. Definitely pick those up if you want to play this deck. Super combo of choice was Goten. There is a lot of choices you can do. You're probably fine like doing Vegeta or something, right?
Yeah, Vegeta. Because you awaken at 5, it's pretty easy to take one more like a testing or just in combat in general. And but this is always live, like no matter what. So
yeah, even if you're like not awakened somehow, it's just good to just push for damage in the early turns if you want to do that. Just always alive, very good. We are playing Toa because we are going to play Z Unison, so being able to just pay 1, Spirit Burst 1, give anything, the Champa effect, just give everything double strike.
Yeah, it's a 15k too combo.
Yeah, 15k combo, even the leader, it's pretty powerful, so very, very good there. Obviously, got to run the broken combo with because you are a Supreme Kai time leader, so you can, we have counters back.
Yeah, counters in a deck full of free cards, free double strikers and shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, this could be the card that like pushes it over the edge. You think, right?
Yeah, this makes it competitive for sure. Just, I mean, you can get set up pretty. You got to bury your 30k. So like, get your Supreme Kai set up. It lives. It's your turn, right? You don't block with it or something. It's just untapped. You just swing, counter, combo the Toa. It's like 45 double strike through a count, you know.
Yeah, once you get them to 2, it seems like once you have the counter in hand, like it's gonna be pretty much over every time. If you have the blockers or the combo power, you really don't have the combo power, but yeah, this card seems to be the one that will kind of break the deck. So we'll see if they want to hit this or not. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if it'll be too good. We'll see. This deck seems pretty nuts already, so. Obviously, it being able to just draw 2 also and warp 1 is very, very nice.
Yeah, so you don't win. If you're taking them from 3 to 1 and then just draw more, yeah.
Or if you think you can't kill them, even just overwhelming it for 3, not too bad, just to draw cards. The discard effect doesn't really work. Yeah, it just goes with Goku's and Vegeta's. So,
I mean, it is good to search itself. That's another reason to run the Vegeta super combo. Because this is.
Oh, it's Vegeta Xeno. Oh, it's Vegeta Xeno. Yeah, so
and if you run like the heated fighting spirit package and stuff like that, like I was saying with like the Bora, this is like really good for searching those. Another Overrealm is this SS4 duo that free combo. So that's like another way to get more Z energy. This searches that. So that was like a couple things I had thought of that synergizes with it, but you probably want the guys that stick around instead of the Overrealms that leave.
Yeah, because a combo you could do is you could discard this and then just add it back with the salsa, because he adds between 3 and 7. So you can add back your counters.
Yeah.
If you like mill all of them, this guy can actually add them back, which is pretty nice. That's good there. Supreme Kai Time Negate, you set up war pretty easy, so just being able to interrupt your opponent's plays seems pretty good, right?
That card's very annoying, so I know it's got like 10 arts, so you can get to pick whichever one you want. It's kind of cool. Yeah,
it's been reprinted a lot, so pretty easy. Should be pretty easy to get. Obviously, Petrification, very, very good card, so.
2 negates.
Yeah, it stops.
I don't even know if it's number 2, it might be number 1.
Yes, stops a lot of stuff in the game, so you can't really play black without it, so there we are there. Token negates, pretty standard, easy stuff. We are running Z Unistons, so I think just one of the best counterplay in the games. Speaks for itself. Very, very good there. Just interrupt your opponent's
and
plays.
This is searchable off of the.
Oh yeah, this is searchable off the counter. Yeah, that's true. So that's another good reason to play that. That's true. Yeah. Evil Saiyan, obviously, since you mill a lot, if you mill it, easy.
Yeah, you want a secret rare that you don't accidentally get removed. It becomes unplayable, so that's what's. Consistency is important. And
cooler SR from the last set, I think, works really well in this. Just a 1 energy kills something, and then also puts 2 back from your warp to your drop, so sets up your drop for Overrealm. Also gives anything 5k, so make it
25. That's like crazy for 1.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
It's like a third. So you can like Dark Overrealm, play him. Like put the 3 back, play him, put 2 more back, Dark Overrealm another 5. It's like for 2 energy you've gotten 3 gigantic swings.
Yeah.
And drawn a ton of cards. Remove maybe 2-3 things. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure there. So Cooler works pretty well with the deck, so I definitely pick those up for this deck also if you want to play it. The 1 Bardock Tenacious just buys another turn if you want to. If you have the 6 in drop, you can just like do this as your last thing to make your opponents limited on what they can do. And obviously you can add it back with the salsa if you want to do it later on in the game. It's pretty nice there. 2 super combos, pretty simple, just stop floodgates. That's what you want to do with that. Z deck. So we have the new SS4 Gohan Z card. Seems also one of the best Z cards they've printed in a while. This card's pretty ridiculous. Double strike.
All those keywords.
Yeah, double strike barrier, deflects. You also kill something in Norm barrier, and it gains power, so it becomes really big. I mean, this card's probably a must use in every black deck now, right?
I think so. As long as you play like Z extras and Z unisons, this is like huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you play
just for the removal, you probably run 1 at least.
Yeah, because you'll probably be playing this also, so
yeah,
it's a pretty giant swing there.
We counted that up a little bit too.
Yeah, even Z unisons too. The Majin Buu Z back card's so good. Just a 1 energy kill something.
25.
Yeah, 25k swing. Can't go wrong with that. We are playing 2 Z unisons, so Demigra. If you are missing out on the wormhole stuff, you can just play this. Yeah, just what you want. Gets your cards back in the drop, gives you wormhole, gives you access to your counterplay, obviously. So
and you don't lose out on draws when you play because you don't when you play a regular overrun with the leader, you don't draw and put guys back. Mm-hmm. This kind of like patches that hole by drawing the 2 more and pitching 2.
Yeah.
And you might turbo through your deck using this, so you gotta kind of be careful with this card, but it is good.
Yeah, it's really good. And then obviously the broken SS4 Goku for 1, 25k, double strike, that kills something. Very, very good there. Another Z extra just in case you want some defense there. We have the 1 triple attacker because it's just really good. And then we have the Chi Light Unison just to be a 1 drop 20k Z Unison that also can set up your drop, or it can just be a tanky Unison so you can have your counterplays up. So yeah, that was pretty much the Mechikabura Supreme Kai leader and the deck. In conclusion, I think this is probably like this is like maybe the best new black deck maybe one of the contenders for it.
I think it is. I mean, just the counter. You've got the same amount of free guys that all the other decks do. So, I mean, you're not killing them turn 2 like Goku is or something, or like Vegito could, but that stuff's, you can play around that stuff. This is happening, you know what I mean? This is every game you're doing all this crazy stuff. So I think consistency wise, this just takes it over the top. It's got a bunch of broken tools, a built-in Champa, you've got petrification, you got the best counterplay, you got a counter. It's just a lot of stuff.
It seems like you maintain hand size for the entire game also, so like you don't like fall off kind of like the Black Sand decks kind of do.
Exactly, yeah. The leader draws when you play them out. A lot of these Dark Overrealm, I think most of them draw on the Dark Overrealm too. I think maybe just Shroom doesn't, and
the Demigra does, the Toa does not.
I think like that one does. So it was Poutine and Demigra that draw when you play them, and that one obviously draws a ton.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's, you're plussing. Because every deck has a pay 1, play a guy, draw a card, so it's like a +1. But you're plussing 2 on like a ton of these guys that come out. It's insane.
Yeah. So yeah, that was our deck review of the Mechikabura and Supreme Kai deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know in the comments what you think of this deck, and look out for our other deck reviews coming soon of set 27. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.